Has the FIM World Supercross Championship been saved? Hey, welcome back to Vital MX. I'm your host, Michael Lindsay. And yes, this is some very breaking news. In fact, it's about 9 p.m. here on the East Coast. We are in North Carolina for the opening round of the Super Motocross Championship. And this news has just dropped. We've been kind of waiting for this all week. To backtrack, for anybody wondering what is going on that may not have heard the news last week, there was speculation, rumors, some sort of insider info that got out that the SX Global Group, which is the promotion group for the FIM World Supercross Championship, was facing some funding issues. There was rumors and comments that their main financial backers, Modala Capital, had potentially backed out of the series. The teams have been informed of some more round cancellations on their series. And really, at the end of the day, we were kind of left wondering what was going on. There was one official statement from the series that basically said to hang tight and they would have news this next week on potential developments for the series. Well, as we're getting close to winding down the week at a weird hour, we have received news that kind of points to some of what we originally heard being true. SX Global is now announcing a new investor group and ownership group being led by the current CEO, Adam Bailey. He is now being joined by two investors, Louis-Dreyfus. I apologize. I am terrible with names if you haven't watched this channel long enough. And Juan Sartori. Both of them are getting involved with the series. They are getting involved with it. They are reshuffling, again, the management and ownership group behind the series. And it looks like they have, through this new action, been able to get the funding they need to continue on. Now, there is nothing in this announcement about some of the potentially canceled rounds coming back. No news there yet. Just kind of solidifying that they have a plan in place. They have investors, they have a new group, and that they are going forward. So again, we don't know what that really means for upcoming rounds. That is not covered in this announcement at all. Last we heard that we were still on for the final two rounds at Abu Dhabi and in Melbourne, Australia. And when we asked some of the teams, they had been informed that potentially those final two rounds could be double headers to try to bring the total year rounds back up to at least 5, down from the original 6 they were hoping to do. But we had also heard from some of the teams that there were some back and forth negotiations between themselves and SX Global over what the payments and purse would look like at the double headers. They may, at that point, not have met the original amounts that were contracted. However, this doesn't have any update on that portion. Again, to give you a little bit of a background, at least what is said here in the PR about the two people that have joined, Louis-Dreyfus is a highly successful French businessman who became the youngest chairman in English football history when he purchased a controlling stake in a championship club at 23 years old. That is Sunderland AFC, which happened back in 2022, so just last year. He also has interests in the renowned French football club Olympique de Marseille and some esports organizations such as Ovation. Sartori is a successful, you can just read it, I can't pronounce anything, Uruguayan businessman. He is a center and co-owner also of Sunderland AFC alongside Dreyfus. He is the president and founder of Union Group, a privately owned investment firm that holds significant interest across an array of industries worldwide. He is also a board member and vice president of top French football club AS Monaco FC. So again, these are the guys that are now coming in alongside the CEO, Adam Bailey, to basically do a full takeover of the organization, a full ownership purchase out. This was what was rumored last week. When they lost their prior capital group, there was talk of reorganization of the management and potentially selling out stakes in SX Global, which again is the management group that runs FIM World Supercross. And based on that original info and what we're seeing here, that seems to be true. So again, that's what we have. This whole screen, as I've been talking, you're probably seeing the actual PR announcement scrolling by. That's the info we have for now. Now, we have a question for you, the viewer. Does this gain the trust back in the series for you? Do you feel confident in what is going on with World Supercross, that they will be able to continue? Or do you feel like they are going to have to take quite a few steps to re-earn the trust of the riders, the teams, and even the fans, that these events will go forward as planned and that any further scheduling changes or announcements can be trusted? Because I think that is honestly, at the end of the day, yes, finding the investment was the first step to be able to continue the series, but now it feels like there are certain steps that need to be made to regain that trust, at least from our standpoint, and we want to know what you, the viewer, thinks. So throw it in the comments section below. Again, skipping dinner, trying to get you guys some breaking news here, so if you appreciate it, give us a thumbs up, like, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more content.